This is Jury of Your Peers, the ultimate moral courtroom, where myself, Chris Ahjem, and my co-host, Ruby Illing,
hello,
receive your stories and cases through the courtroom's old, dusty fax machine. And together, we'll settle them with a sentencing of advice.
I'm excited.
So, first up, I guess I've got to ask, let's make sure the jury is totally okay. Are they ready for jury service?
Oh, well, I've been called into jury service. I had to change the date.
Where have you actually?
Yeah. I forgot. I completely forgot to even mention that. Yeah. But I had to change the date because it was for the 10th of July. And I was like, well, I'm doing a master's. I can't do that. So you can give them 3 dates you want to change it to. So I'm doing it next year in October.
That's exciting. I've never been called for jury service.
I know. I'm really scared that I'm going to stay up all night being like, have I made the right decision? And
just for the rest of your life, those decisions just completely haunt you.
Yeah. Yeah. You sent a man to jail, Ruby. Be like, oh my God.
It was only for 2 months, but still.
Exactly.
No, I would love to end up on jury service. And at this, simultaneously would really love to end up on an 8-month-long murder trial.
Wow. Yeah, and then you could just be like, well, sorry, I wasn't looking for a job because I had jury service.
Yeah, everyone would be like, sorry, you've got 8 months missing on your CV, and we're out of a pandemic, so you don't really have an excuse for that. What's going on?
Well, actually, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but
I put away Jack the Ripper too. Jacques, the French Ripper.
Jacques.
Let's get started with today's episode. For today's courtroom drama, the theme is insecurities. So I believe it's time we should reopen some of our audience's wounds and get started.
Oh, it's coming through.
Oh my God!
Whoa, bit violent.
Ow, it got me in the eye.
Calm down, fax machine. Jesus.
So our first fax machine letter today is this. I recently got into a relationship, and in the very early stages, I cheated and hooked up with someone else. It was completely meaningless, which is why I haven't told my boyfriend. But am I wrong to keep this secret? We had only been official for a couple of weeks max, and I feel the hookup made me realise what I wanted more than ever. Please help. So it was completely meaningless. So I think the key thing is they care more for the boyfriend than they do for meaningless flings. Fundamentals. Obviously, it's wrong. What you did is wrong. If you guys were official, you broke the relationship law, okay? And for that, we are gonna fine you. So expect the letter coming soon. But will we expose you?
Okay.
I don't know.
So this is a general thing, which I think most people should just take generally. When you make things official, you need to discuss, what do I want from this relationship? Are we monogamous? Are we exclusive? Why do I want to be in this relationship with you? What do I want? Do I want emotional support? Do I want to see you every day? Just kind of put out the general rules, general things that you've acquired over the years and you've realized this has been an issue in the past and now this is how I want to approach my next relationship. You have a conversation about that and you hash out things, because I think that's how most problems get solved, because later on in the line maybe you're like, oh shit, I hooked up with someone else, and then they find out and maybe they would have said, if you would have told me that you wanted to sleep with someone else, I would have been fine with it, but you being secret with me, I didn't. So maybe they're monogamish and you don't even know.
Monogamish, that's kind of iconic. Here's my thing. I think the longer it's left, the more a revelation like that hurts. So I think a part of me, and it is a moral dilemma. This isn't something that the jury can just go over in 5 minutes like we have to now. If this was in court, I'd sit here for days trying to figure this out. But I think a part of me wants to say, leave it. Just don't say, because at this point, what's happened's happened. It means nothing. You know you're not going to do it again, so don't do it again. But at the same time, it's the kind of thing, if you're not telling your partner, don't tell anyone, because if the partner finds out from someone else, it's just even worse.
That secret's out there.
Yeah, so I don't know. Ideally, shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeah.
But it kind of depends on where you are with your relationship now, how well you trust each other, and
because it's why did you do it?
That's one thing.
Ask yourself that question. Why did you do it? There must have been something wrong. You wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Even if that something wrong is something just within yourself, has nothing to do with the boyfriend, that still warrants you working on that. And if it was me, I'd want to know.
Put yourself in their shoes and think, would they want to know? If I were them, with their background, their opinions and everything, would I want to know?
Because it's unlikely that you've never watched a film together where someone's cheated, or you've known someone that's cheated, and it's surely you must have some sort of understanding of what they morally think. You need to go off your gut if you can live with yourself, if you don't tell them. And because also, if you don't tell them now, that doesn't mean they're never going to find out. They could find out in a long time, and it could be even worse.
How good at you are at keeping something to yourself? Is it going to eat you up inside? Be really honest with yourself.
But the thing is for some people, it just won't eat them up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it could not. So
clearly there is some underlying guilt here. Should we move on to the next one? That was quite intense for our first.
It was.
For our first facts. Also, I was nervous. I was like, I'm sitting here with my fellow jury member, Ruby.
Yeah.
What if we just completely morally disagree on something immediately? To be fair, it might make the show a bit more interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be some stuff where we get a bit heated. Okay, facts coming through. I'm a very average, run-of-the-mill guy with insecurities going into overdrive. When someone tries to be my friend or date me, I just want to run away from the attention. A friend of a friend slid into my DMs. He's really attractive, cool, and has lots of followers. But I have no idea why he's speaking to me. My friends are saying that I'm overthinking things, but it feels like this cute guy is just playing a cruel joke on me and just wasting my time due to boredom from lockdown. What do I do?
I mean, are you not also bored in lockdown? There's a cute guy that wants to talk to you. I get what this person's saying, because you don't want your time wasted and you don't want to feel like you're the butt of a joke. But chances are, and like realistically, no one's going to spend like this much time talking to you if they don't want to. How many people do you know would waste that amount of time?
Exactly. You know it's insecurities because you've emailed in, you've faxed in. I'm sure you're not just a run-of-the-mill guy. Like, you know, every day people look in the mirror and are just like, I'm so fucking ugly. Do you know what? That's everyone, because you look at yourself every day and you don't see what's so great about you. Everyone has something great about them. And insecurities does the worst thing and makes you not do the things that make you great. Do you get what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Like, whenever I like someone, all my insecurity is just projected onto them, and it's just like they think I'm too much, they think I'm too loud, where really that's when most people are attracted to me, because I say what I think and feel. And then when I see that person who I like, I shut down that part of me and I just try and act completely normal. Whereas that's the thing that people like about you, that you're shutting down. That's the thing, like, you just have to say shut up to those thoughts.
This conversation hasn't ended for a reason, They find you interesting. They think you're cool. They clearly think you're attractive. And honestly, who cares about followers? Let's be honest, it's going to be redundant within a few years. So followers mean nothing. The next thing will come along. Who cares about the internet anyway? It's just finding that balance of like being aware of your insecurities, talking to yourself, and honestly to the person. Because if someone likes you and you open up to them and say, oh, I'm struggling with this, they're not going to be like, oh, see ya. Like they'll want to sit down and spend that time and like get to know you more, because that's clearly why they're here in the first place. And if they don't, sucks to be them. They're missing out.
You know, see it from their point of view. They're messaging someone. It's probably nerve-wracking for them as well. They're probably thinking the exact same thing as you. Does this person like me? Am I being weird by DMing this person? Just let everything else fall away. Forget about followers. Forget about, this is a really cool, attractive guy. It's just me and this guy. We're chatting. Do you like him?
Yeah.
Do you like him? Literally. Like, ask yourself that.
You go into this thinking you're hot shit, and this other person has to win you over, because that's ultimately how you should treat life. Because you know what's attractive? People thinking they're attractive.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
Yeah.
The only reason when it's not attractive is when you see that they're like, I'm going to put on this persona. Don't put on a persona. Just be like, do you know what? I'm not the most attractive person in the world, because guess what? No one is. Nobody is perfect. Just literally, I'm going to go really airy-fairy on this. Write yourself a love letter. Say everything you love about yourself and read it back to yourself until you believe it. Because there must be at least one thing that you like about yourself, and there must be tons of things that your friends... This is why I always tell myself, my friends love me. There must be something good about me because my friends love me. Just think about that. Why do my friends like me?
So I think with all of these beautiful fax messages we've gotten from people, I think a lot of it, I mean, every issue these days are internal, from war to crime to just personal insecurities. It's down to your insides, to like a specific person's inside. So you just got to deal with that. Face it head on. Go to therapy. Don't send fax messages to students. Go to therapy.
No, but please do.
Yeah, please.
Because you can learn from your peers. And as well, this is my...
Wait, closing arguments, okay?
Yeah, closing argument. Nothing is about you.
Period.
Trust.
Damn.
Nothing. Think about that, babe.
Yeah. And on that note, this has been Jury of Your Peers. Thank you for listening to our first episode. I have been Chris... Oh, I can't say that.
Why?
You can't say I have been.
Oh,
because
yes,
I do not stop being. So, I am Chris Ahjem. Thank you for listening.
I am Ruby Illing. Thank you so much for sending in your faxes.
And please send in more, because I love laughing at your messages. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. We love to help people, really. We're both Geminis, and I'm going to assume that means we're caring, but I don't really know.
We are. It's written in the stars, babe. Bye.